Mm. I don't feel compelled to do it, and that's ultimately what I want. Don't want to feel compelled to do this stuff. All right, so let's put the CFTC data in. We'll talk about that. Okay. All right, so March 18th was the last day. Hmm, that's interesting. That's interesting. This one was never. Of course. Just for data collecting sake, basically. Okay. I ain't going to that stupid shit. Okay. All right. Mm, mm. Yeah, I'm very interested to see what they do overnight. But okay. So I guess let's talk about it. All right. So this is the CFTC data for this week. The CFTC data for this week. So right now the institutions are 58% long and they're 42% short with another 18,000 contracts net long. So, just like last week, we could see some bearishness, but overall, it's looking like the market wants to continue to go up to the upside. The one thing that I have noticed is that going from this week to or last week into this week, we've seen a significant decrease in both the longs and both the shorts. So, um, we could see another range this week, like we did last week. The CFTC data didn't suggest that we would be super long, but we did finish off in a bullish range, and it does look like we're going to continue that range going into this week, or we might can see some upside. Now, I mean, the question again is the market ready to take out all-time highs? Is the market ready? Did Powell said something, or did he say something that would fuel the market to go higher? Also, we still have this support trend line going up to the upside. So, and right now, price is currently a long ways to go before it can use this trend line as resistance to short down. So, we're definitely going to have to see some price action to the right to determine what we should do from here. It doesn't mean that we can't see a move down, but because we got the support trend line going up, any move is liable to be bought on the way down. So, just be mindful with your long or with your shorts, and make sure that you're not shorting into an area of potential support, because you will be used as liquidity as the market participants going into Friday's close were. It's interesting that this is what happened on Friday. I mean, we got the short squeeze, and then we got that continuation going into today's session. Uh, you can see that the bears tried to short this thing multiple times, and they ended up trying to short into that trend line. And unfortunately, at least the smart bears, they saw that price wasn't breaking it, and they also saw that there wasn't any room to use this trend line as resistance. So the smart bears got out of their positions. The stubborn bears got used as liquidity on that way back up. So I think this week we could see some more. Let me actually look at that, because is this the last week of March? If this is the last week of March, okay, so that's next week. All right, so next week is the last week of March. So next Monday will be the last day of March, and we should see some volatility. It doesn't mean that we can't see volatility before that either. So usually when we're going closer to the end of the market or end of the month, that's when we probably see a lot of movement back and forth. And that's just the big money or the institutions trying to make their numbers for the month before it ends, because you know that they have a quota that they have to meet. So, mm. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing that. Why not? Mm. Now, this one's gonna be tough. This one's definitely gonna be tough. Look at ES real quick. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they'll probably come back and test that trend line and then we can possibly see a move up. We'll see. We'll see how what London does. It's really going to be London that's going to dictate what's going to happen. What 15? Because this looks like the bears want to short this, but again, when we usually have a gap open, we usually see a half fill. We usually don't see the whole thing get filled because the first attempt to fill that gap is a trap. 9 times out of 10, that's the case, especially when you're trading the Nasdaq. But then at the same time, the ES is not necessarily like that either. I mean, we could see, I mean, if the ES is going to come down and fill this gap, it's going to drag the Nasdaq down with it, but I don't see it doing it. For whatever reason, I feel like we can probably see a continuation and then a big move to come back and fill that gap. I feel like that's what possibly happens here tonight. I'm seeing that there's a lot of sell liquidity at 145, 115, 130. There's a lot of people selling into this move. I mean, why wouldn't they? But I don't know. It feels like this move ain't done. Mm. You know what, man? Yeah. You know what? I'm starting to feel it too, man. I'm starting to feel it. Starting to feel it. Mm. Mm. You know what? I'll take it. Because I really don't think that the market is going to go down here. So I'm going to take this one. Hold on, guys. Give me like 10 minutes. Uh, Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Usually when you get in long, that's when the market goes. Usually when you get in long, that's when the market tends to try to go short. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna start doing this as well. When the market is slow, you can probably look through Twitter. Probably. We will look through Twitter. See if we can see anything entertaining to talk about while the market's slow like this because I mean I'm on into at least at a minimum 10 o'clock. And if we can fill that time with some entertainment, then why not? Why not? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the heck that was all about. That's interesting. It seems like a lot of people on the Democratic side, whether they're cooks, attorneys, people that work with these powerful people, I guess that quote unquote know too much. It seems like there's always a mysterious death that's ruled a suicide, usually, which I find very interesting why that's always the case. Okay. I wonder what the heck that was about. Mm, yeah, Twitter. Hey, what's up? You said the data's not the volume. I guess we can take off these because these instruments are dead. It's interesting how it feels like just yesterday that we were going into the December contract. I'm sorry, the March contract in December, and now look at us. We're in the June contract. Isn't that crazy? And pretty soon we'll be back in the September contract or August. Is it what? July? Is it June, July, August, September? Hold on, is it September? I think it's what it's September, right? I think so. Yeah, and there's about 106. Yep, just like you said. Yeah, I was like, dude, let me get off this weird side of Twitter. The weird side of Twitter just being okay. So Twitter is weird, and I'm probably gonna have to probably try to filter this as much as possible because I forgot that Twitter is basically a porn site now as well. So I have to kind of pay attention to that too. I mean, not like this stream is for kids in the first place. It is late night, but uh, we definitely don't want porn on this. We definitely don't want porn on that. Hmm. Actually, let me see if I can, because we can I can look at this and see if I can kind of make like a interesting. Hmm. Losers angry at the world. Yo, if Tesla has a car like this, oh crap. Of course, Twitter. All right, of course. If Tesla has a car like this, as a Tesla like this, I'm pretty sure sales would skyrocket. Who wouldn't want to drive a Tesla like this if this is not an AI generated image? But that is a very nice Tesla. What happened to the Roadster? What happened to that? I thought the Roadster was supposed to be a thing because that's what it looks like. And we got a Cybertruck before we got the Roadster, which is very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, Twitter. Oh, does it? He said that's why Ford only makes Mustangs. Hmm. Hmm. Tesla's definitely been getting a lot of slack though. Now all of a sudden, now there's trouble with the adhesive that is used to hold the front panel. I'm starting to see a lot of quote unquote Tesla hit pieces. And I saw this very interesting video. If this video was made before or Elon criticism was allowed on the internet, this person would have got a different response. So this guy was talking about Elon, and he said that he doesn't know what the big deal is. He feels like I forgot what he said. He said Elon was something, and this was before you could, I guess, hate on Elon. He said it was something. I forgot. I have to probably watch the video again. It was a random video. So, and then the interviewer was like, "Dude, why would you say that? Elon Musk is this and that. He's going to innovate us. He's going to drive innovation. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. He has satellites and blah 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 blah." And I just find it so interesting that how this man was a genius at one point. He was the smartest man in the world, richest man in the world, and he was going to move our nation forward through innovation and technology. He was going to get us to Mars, God damn it. And that was a narrative that the mainstream media made sure it was put out. Now this man is an idiot. He's a Nazi. He's this, he's that. He's unelected, unqualified, and everything else under the sun now. And I just find stuff like that very interesting. It's not surprising. It's just, I just find it interesting that people's opinions can be changed so easily. Once the narrative changes, that's how people feel about you, or how people feel about you changes in the things that they say. Another thing is that is interesting how now the left, now that Elon is a quote unquote Nazi, they're destroying the electric vehicles that they fought so hard to get everybody to drive. I find that ironic. And Tesla's the only one that's making electric vehicles for real and selling them. I mean, there's other options, obviously. If they allow the electric vehicles from China to come in, I mean, that would probably destroy Tesla as a company. So that won't ever happen. But other than China, Tesla is the only electric company that is actually thriving. That's the only electric vehicle that they got. And yet they're destroying them. So it's honestly, I've gotten to the point now where it's like, it's just a hypocrisy. It's they don't really stand for anything. It's what makes them feel. It's just what makes them feel. That's it. No one really cared about electric vehicles. It made them feel good to say that, oh, I drive an electric vehicle, I'm saving the planet. It was never about the electric vehicle. It wasn't. At least to them, it wasn't. I mean, as they should, man. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what it is. I mean, we had a conversation about that. It's basically a religion. It's not even a gang no more. It's a religion at this point. It's a cult. Well, actually, it's no longer a cult. A cult, basically. So I mean, there's kind of stages to this shit, man. First is a gang, then it becomes a cult, then it becomes a religion, and then it becomes a way of life. At this point, it's a religion going into the way of life. People live by this shit. People die by this. I wonder if that's true. I mean, if it's true, then I mean, shit, honestly, like stuff like that. Stuff like that is just interesting. I mean, if the person allows that type of shit to happen, then I mean, can you really say? I mean, can you really feel sorry for them?
I will. That's like your 100th time putting me out.
Man. I mean, every time I get on social media, I kind of close the app because it's like, man, people actually live crazy lives like this. So I mean, I'm looking at this little this story or whatever where apparently this man and woman is getting a divorce and the woman is demanding child support for a child that is not biologically the person's. Uh obviously honestly I wouldn't even be in a situation like that. Um and it's crazy that some men put themselves in a situation like that. I mean, that's crazy. That is crazy. And at first, I guess you can be mad about that type of stuff, but at the same time, it's, I mean, what you can be mad about? They put themselves in that situation. They agreed to it. So, I mean, if the woman feels entitled to those benefits, well, shit. I mean, the man definitely gave it to her because he didn't have to accept any of it. But for whatever reason, he said, you know what? I know you got kids. I'm going to take care of your kids. And I guess whenever we separate, I guess I'm going to empower you to come after that person financially for kids that's not biologically theirs. Like I said, I guess he gave her permission to do that. So, I mean, what are you gonna be mad about? It's crazy. I mean, I find stuff like that crazy because I just definitely wouldn't be in a situation like that. Uh,
Agree. Yeah. What do you rate the
yeah, I mean that's crazy. I mean, I won't even use the word pray anymore. I mean, if they let it happen, shit.
yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? 9.5. You think other people would agree? Yeah. What do you rate this girl on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh, she fire though. 10. I love her.
What do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
6.5.
Do you think other people would agree?
Hopefully.
What would you guys rate this guy on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh yeah, he's cute. Like a 7.5.
You think bro's cute?
I do, yeah.
You're gonna say something to him?
I mean, sure, why not?
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know why she gave her. Okay. Hey, what do you mean by that, Ustani? He said population protocol for state opinion, dynamics for election control, the science of rumors and psyops. Hmm. All right, so Something says if you put a fib retracement on the whole thing from Feb 20 all the way back down to. All right, so let's do that. Let's do that. You know, sometimes I kind of fall asleep. I kind of sleep on these fib levels at times. Kind of fall asleep on them. All right, so you can't even look at the March contract anymore, even if you wanted to. This is what the March contract looks like. Just a big bar. Okay. Okay. So you said if you put a fib on the whole thing from February 20th. All right, so this is what I'm expecting. So the whole thing, February 20th. Are you starting from February 20th to the high, or are you going from the high to February 20th? All it says from February 20th all the way down is back up to the level precisely. So I'm going to make the assumption that you started the fib retracement from here, and correct me if I'm wrong, and you started right and you ended it right here at the February 20th low. All right, that's the March 25th low. That's the March 20th low. Where's February 20th? Or is that February 20th? That's March 20th. I'm going to do this on the daily chart. All right, so you said February 20th. All right, so this candle right here is February 20th. This is the February 20th candle. Okay, so let's do that. You said all the way down from February 20th. So why wouldn't you start from February 18th at the absolute high? Let's do that. Let's do the absolute high and go down to the absolute low. Now, uh, hmm. Okay. All right. And yeah. So the 618 is at the 618 is at going way above all-time highs. We might actually take out all. Oh no, my bad. Let me take that back. Never mind. All-time highs all the way up here at like 23, 20. My bad. My bad. Actually, I forgot. Where is all-time highs at again? I could have sworn all-time highs was like at 22, 24 or something like that. Unless I have to look on the continuous contract. Hmm. That's interesting. Is this right? Okay, let me go on the continuous contract. I could have sworn. I could have sworn that was not the all-time highs was like at, well, yeah, like 22.4. Like, why is that saying that the all-time highs was like 22.6? There's no way that we reached that high. Yeah, this is the all-time high right here is 22.425. So why is this contract saying that the all-time high is at 22.600? Why is that? on the June contract is saying it's okay. Okay. Don't know how it's an invalid symbol, but okay. Nice. All right. So it's saying that the all-time high right now, or maybe, okay, maybe I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong. Okay. Actually, no. I was like, I know it's on the right chart. Yeah, okay. So it's saying that it's saying that the high on the June contract is actually 22.6. 22,672 is the all-time high on the June contract. I wonder why that's such a discrepancy, because that's not what happened. So I wonder what the heck's going on there. I wonder what the heck is going on. Y'all see it? It says 22,600 and in the 600s instead of the 400s. So I don't know what the heck that's all about, but that's what it's saying. But anyway, so that 618 retracement, I'm not surprised where it's lining up at. You can see that last pivot low before we got the breaker structure. So this will be our first time testing that pivot low. So I guess we should keep actually let me do this. Make sure. So the high of that candle is 22,558, which it's not right, but whatever. It's not right. 23,558. 158. And so 22,558. And the low of this candle right here is 19,345 and 3/4. 19,345 and 3/4. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, 618 is right there. So I'll definitely be keeping my eyes out for that area just in case we see that continuation. We also got the 21 EMA around 22,004. Yeah, around like 400. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for that level. But mm, and we'll see. We'll see if this works. We'll see if we get a rejection down. Oof. Ain't that some? That's so weird. Yeah, I guess we could do that. Like, why not? I guess we can talk about that tomorrow. Yeah, I can already see where this is going. That was obvious. And the internet is just the internet, dude. Let me mute this thing. Oh, that people can do stuff like that. That is interesting.
Surrounded himself with people that are going to listen to him.
Mm, that's interesting. It's interesting. You know, well, I guess we'll talk about it tomorrow. Yeah, tonight's just definitely gonna be probably one of those nights where the market ain't really doing nothing. I will start looking into seeing if, like, during the night stream when the market is like really slow, since we're gonna be here, like, let's just talk about, stuff that's happening in the market. I'm gonna see if I can kind of tweak Twitter to not be a porn site and just show the content that I wanted to show. I'm pretty sure I have to probably do some research on that. I don't particularly care to look at anything concerning, like, if I can kind of get Twitter to kind of only, if I can custom out a feeds to where I'm only seeing certain content like news, protests, geopolitical stuff that's happening around the world. That's something that we can start just looking at and talking about during the slow times like this, instead of just looking at the screen, because I think that's going to be very helpful. Just kind of understanding what's going on in the world. But I want to be very clear that it doesn't matter what the hell is really going on in the world. I've come to find that the market is going to do whatever it's going to do, regardless of what happens. It's just that these are just the excuses that people use when Tesla's going down. I mean, if you look at the chart, it's not a coincidence that when we're seeing this big downside in Tesla, I mean, when we saw it hit the first time, if you look at a Tesla chart, I mean, all of a sudden Tesla started dumping as soon as it hit major supply. I mean, Tesla hit major supply. I mean, it shouldn't be no surprise that it fell off. At least that's how I see it. And I hate that I missed this damn move. Damn it. How did I miss this shit? God damn. I don't know how I missed this. And this happened on March 25th or March 11th. I don't know how. And then it came back and gave me another opportunity on March 18th. I don't know how I missed this. It filled that gap in everything. And I was watching for this. How did I miss this? Anyway. But where is it? I mean, should have ran this liquidity. I mean, if you actually draw the line right here, I mean, shit, it's right there. It's right there. I mean, it's, when you look at it, when you see that, I mean, all they did was run a liquidity above this high, and I mean, you see it. I mean, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect what they did here. I mean, they balanced perfectly on the damn thing right here. So honestly, this is why, I mean, if people want to be fearful and not and sell out of their Tesla shares, honestly, I was willing to buy them for at least in options. I mean, look at it right there. You can't tell me that that's not perfect. Look at where you saw the stop run, you saw the pop. It drops right back down to that area right there. I mean, it's perfect. Look, it's perfect right there. Perfect. Perfect drop, touches that area. We get a break. We get a move back above it, down, and where does it reject? Right here. And then from that area, we got that move down on Tesla. So I don't care what the news say. I don't care what anybody is saying about Tesla. Tesla was always going to fall. That shit was always going to fall. It touched major supply. Now, once we get a recovery from Tesla and we start stair stepping our way back up and we start to trade back up into these areas right here, then we'll see if the market continues to trade to the upside with Tesla. But this ain't nothing new with Tesla. I remember the first time they did that shit. I remember this right here with Tesla. I remember. Or Pepper Ridge Farms remembers, if that's the saying. that big drop on Tesla for the first time when he bought Twitter. Because this was Tesla for a very long time. You couldn't short this damn thing. You could not short Tesla for nothing. And then it was like around like COVID or something like that. If I remember correctly when he bought Twitter. Yeah, this was it probably like right here, I think. No, that was in 23. Where was that first drop with Tesla? I think this is probably it right here. No, that can't be it. Oh yeah, they did the split. I was like, dude, Tesla never touched $20. Yeah, they did that split. Forgot. And this is probably the adjusted price right here. But yeah, I remember this first time. This is when everybody was all doom and gloom with Tesla the first time. And then everybody that sold their shares thinking that this shit was going to go to zero. This was generational wealth right here. Generational wealth. That if you bought Tesla, man, look at how much this damn thing recovered. It didn't even, dude, it touched this low and it didn't even look back. And went up to the all-time highs. Then you saw that big dump. And it came right back up and tested it again. And then we're seeing that dump. But it looks like it's finding support here. So I think, and then we got earnings on Tesla, I think, in the next couple of months, if I'm not mistaken, in the next like 30 days. So like next month, we have earnings. So I'll definitely be watching Tesla. Actually, let's look at these other stocks real quick, and then we'll just end the stream here. I mean, the market's not necessarily doing anything. So, I mean, we'll look at these stocks. Same financial advice or anything, but I mean, Meta has been shit. I mean, if you're a Meta investor, I mean, shit, you have to be happy. Because Meta was at all-time lows. I mean, shit, Meta was literally at $87 at one point. Generational fucking wealth, man. Generational wealth. Anybody that held and bought Facebook, Meta at $80, the shit is trading at 700. Talk about, well, it was at 700 at the highs. Generational fucking wealth, man. Amazon, all the ones, like all these stocks that, I mean, if you bought into them when they were literally underneath $100, literally underneath $100, Amazon was at $80 at one point in time. I mean, how can you not buy Amazon? I mean, at the time, I didn't particularly care to buy stocks. I was making the money in options, but obviously, I don't have those options anymore. I made the money then, but obviously, buying the stock long term would have been the better option at the time. But I didn't buy options. I didn't buy stocks. I bought options. But yeah. Yeah. You talk about an NQ from Wednesday's high. All right, so this was Friday, Thursday. Yeah, okay, so this is Wednesday, March 19th, correct? March 19th was Wednesday. Yep, March 19th. All right, so yeah, I was actually looking at this earlier too. I was looking at this and I was like, huh, we could potentially see a stop run above these highs. I mean, I was thinking 165, but I mean, we could see a drop at 165 and it could be a decent drop. We'll see what happens on the overnight. I think probably what probably may happen is that we probably see 165, maybe 180, 200. Yeah, probably 80 to about 95. And then that's when we'll probably see the attempt to fill that gap. But we all know the first attempt to fill that gap is a trap. We know that with the Nasdaq by now. We know this. Put it on a shirt. Tattoo it on your sleeve. First time to fill that gap on the Nasdaq is a trap. So I do think that we'll probably see a move up from there. So I'll definitely be keeping my eyes out for that, for sure. For sure. But all right, like I said, there's really nothing going on tonight. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll let the price action play it overnight. I'll be looking at the charts, and yeah. So, but all right, guys, we'll definitely come back tomorrow, and we'll definitely look for more ways to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody. Have a good night.